I think we would have. I mean, New Partners on the Block kind of gave you an indication that even though it was made to kind of fill that gap between the transitions of Lucky and Miranda, it kind of gave you the indication that the characters were going to be involved more. I mean, Jitters was involved like 1 to 3 times in episodes, as part of the story plot. There was the Stork Exchange, there was Dog Day Afternoon, and I think there was something else. But Witness Prosecution. Witness to the Prosecution. So he was involved in several of them. I think he was even involved for a little bit in Toon's Dream of Animated Sheep. So it kind of gave you an indication that they were all going to be part of it. They were all going to be involved somehow, mostly if they'd done a Christmas special or a Christmas episode. But unfortunately, like I said, those episodes, those 42 to 46 episodes came off disastrous and had to be replaced with 42 Lucky episodes. And we had 4 Bonkers compilation episodes to fill in the gap as well, which basically consisted of all of his raw tunage shorts with some new material inserted in to fill the gaps, like Oh Cartoon, My Cartoon, If, what have you. So that basically right there kind of gives you an idea that 42 to 46 episodes were planned with Miranda for the whole series. And then again, you look at the 19 that were out, it gave you an idea of exactly what was possibly going to happen or what would have happened. And there's a possibility, like I said, we could have had all the characters involved besides Jitters. We could have had Fawn, we could have had Grumbles, we could have had them all involved somehow in the stories, in the stories for the episodes, in the arcs for those episodes. You could have had Fawn be like a police girl in training, for all we know. I don't know if they would have done that or something, but there was always that possibility. Again, the potential was there, but unfortunately, animation-wise, 42 to 46 of them didn't come off as well, and thus the reason we got what we did, and thus, in my opinion, Chris, the reason why some people have a mixed reaction to Bonkers, if not a disdain. And again, I'm one of those in the majority, if not minority, that's actually a fan of it. I mean, I like Bonkers. I really do. Back in 1993 or 1994, a year after the show came out on Disney Afternoon, around 1994, they started releasing several episodes on several VHS volumes. My grandma, my late grandma Lois, God rest her soul, she's looking down upon who's looking down upon me and my family from heaven. My grandma Lois actually bought me for Christmas the Going Bonkers VHS tape with both Going Bonkers and Gone Bonkers. The pilot, basically the pilot episode, the 2-part pilot episodes, or the pilot movie, she bought me it on VHS as a Christmas gift. Unfortunately, the VHS was the edited miniseries version and not the uncut version. So, yeah, there's a little bit more in the uncut, just maybe a few scenes here and there that we didn't get to, that got cut out of the miniseries version. And it got cut out when it was aired as a regular rotated miniseries. And again, that goes back to what I was talking about with New Partners. They could have easily edited some parts to keep it in the rotation, but they didn't. But overall, Bonkers has, to me, has a unique presence in Disney history because I still look at it and still enjoy it as a very good show. Like you said, you could tell that they tried to put effort in it. They tried to get something good out of it. And if it wasn't for what happened behind the scenes, we could have had something magical. There's no doubt in my mind. Now, if you take a look at some early Disney adventure magazines that came out, like with any Disney Afternoon show, Bonkers had several stories. One personal favorite of a lot of people was Nose on the Run. Why? Because it's the only Lucky one, based around the Lucky continuity, that involved Fawn Deer as part of the story, even though her involvement was her going on a date with Bonkers to the policeman's ball. But what was unique about the Bonker comics as well is there were several times that they would team up they would team up Lucky and Miranda together with Bonkers as a team of 3. So that kind of shows you potential of what could have been as well. Maybe had they continued the Miranda episodes in the original planned format that they were in the original planning that they were going to do. But like I said, behind the scenes, unfortunately, that didn't happen. Overall, though, Chris, when one looks at Bonkers, it is, like I said, it has its unique place in history. Yes, it does have its detractors because of the fact that because New Partners on the Block is missing from the rotation when it aired on television, you know, no one really knew why there was a sudden change in not just animation style and what is it? Animation style and environment, and you know, kind of attitude, environment, kind of atmosphere, if you will, and show atmosphere, show environment from dark to light. But why all of a sudden Bonkers had a different partner? But one thing I think some people don't realize, Chris, and I think you need to look at as well, is there were several episodes that indicated Miranda was coming on board. There was one episode where Bonkers slid across the chief secretary's desk, and who was the secretary? Miranda Wright. There was a scene at the end of one of the at the end of the final review episode, where the reviewer, the critic who's been against Bonkers, finally sides with Bonkers, sees that Bonkers actually is funny, mentions that he should have his own show, mentions he should be a cop, and that he should have a new partner, but a woman. But he should also have a woman as a partner instead. And Bonkers is like, well, maybe a blonde? And you kind of get the indication there of exactly what was coming. So there was a lot of tidbits here and there that should have told people, something's going to happen, because why would they mention this? They were trying to hint that they were going in that direction. So overall, again, like I said, Chris, it does have its unique place. Like you said, it's not the worst show that Disney Afternoon has had. In fact, in my opinion, I think it's part of I look at it, in those first 3 to 4 years of Disney Afternoon, I look at it as one of the building blocks, foundations of the Disney Afternoon. I know that sounds crazy, but I do. But like you said, there were a lot more that were worse. Can you say Ren and Stimpy ripoff? I knew you could. But again, that's just my response to you, Chris. Let me know what you think down below. Comment if you like. Before you see the video, I'll probably PM you. I probably would have private messaged you on Facebook the article I did on DeviantArt, so you can kind of read it and see for yourself. Let me know what you think, everybody down below. Chris, same with you. And God bless, take care, and I look forward, Chris Moore, RowdyC, to your next Deconstructing the Disney Afternoon review. Peace out, God bless.